AYO podcast. Hello, everybody. It's your host Anthony, and I'm joined with my co-host Amir and Younes. So how are you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
Doing very well.
Good as always.
Well, let's just jump right into it. Let's start off with what is a good mental health? To me, personally, I think there's kind of a misconception about mental health. If you have a good mental health, doesn't necessarily mean you won't have mental health issues. Having a good mental health will only aid you in not having problems.
Well, I totally agree with you, Anthony. And a good mental health can be seen in daily life, daily activities. A person with a good mental health is usually an active person, and they are open to opportunities to hang out, for example. And it's also the ability to learn, because it's a thing that demands a lot of concentration and effort. Um,
And I have to say too that someone who has a good mental health can actually take a range of positive and negative emotion without because a person with stress like can perceive these emotion in a more dramatic way, which can attain the person in the health way, like maybe with suicidal thoughts, maybe with something even more dramatic. And I think it's through the ability to cope with and manage change and uncertainty, because with all this stress, with all this emotion, or strong or less strong, you can see things more dramatically. But now we talk about the good mental health. Let's talk about the bad mental health. So what is a bad mental health, Anthony?
Well, to me, I'll give you guys an example. If I see a good buddy of mine, and suddenly, usually going at school, he starts arriving late and just says I was stuck in bed. And during dinner time, he doesn't eat very much, and during when we talk, he looks like less into the conversation, is often most isolated than usual. I can see that as a problem, because it kind of shows me that maybe he's not in a good mindset, and that is kind of a sign that nothing is going very well for them, because they're not very into it, and you can see they're a different person.
Yeah, I also agree with this, but I think if it's a short-term things, the person maintains the same state for a day or two after a breakup, for example, it's a normal thing. But if it's a long-term thing, like a month or longer, then you have to worry about it.
But there's many premier symptoms to a bad mental health. For example, eating or sleeping too much or very little, having little or no energy, feeling empty, flat, or not liking anything. These are very negative. When you have deep negative feelings in a long period of times, you can start to question yourself about your mental sanity. But so now let's jump into the main subject, the solutions to a bad mental health.
Well, I had a question, an interesting question. Is having a hobby is a good way to maintain a good mental health? If so, what are the benefits?
That's a very interesting question. I think that actually could be extremely helpful. You'll be surprised, because imagine if you're not feeling well, by doing something active, like a workout, it'll keep your mind off of bad thoughts and produce molecules in your brain that will make you happy. And just doing something in general will give you a sense of being important and useful, and that goes a long way in keeping a good mental health. But maybe that's just me.
Yeah, but it's the same for me. Even if I have a hard day, and at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I have a workout, I always feel better after it. I feel so much, lighter, less preoccupied with daily problems.
Well, the is just to do something that you like, just like something that you can forget every problem you have while doing it, and just enjoy yourself and just forget every problem of life. I think that's the true. It doesn't have to be necessarily a hobby, like just something that you do and that you like. But for the people who like have a normal mental state, how do you maintain it? Like, how do you maintain a healthy mental lifestyle? Personally, I think like you have to go to do the like elementary things, like the normal things you have to do through the day, like take time to eat well, to like and be sure to get enough sleep, to like gain the maximum energy like you can have in a day. Keep active or exercising every day. Engage in activities that promote relaxation and well-being. Reduce consumption of stimulants like coffee, tea, soft drinks, or energy drinks. Or maybe like reduce or completely cut consumption of alcohol, drugs, tobacco. I think the last one is pretty obvious. What do you guys think?
Oh, I totally agree with it. You named pretty everything I had to say.
He said it perfectly. This guy is a fucking beast. Well, sorry for the swing for the young viewers at home. I will beep that out for when during the editing. I'm sorry for that. Well, let's go into the final question. Is making a social connection a good way to keep a good mental health? And what are the benefits of having a good social connection?
As well, I would compare it to hobbies. Having social interactions is the same as hobbies in the way that when you do a workout, for example, a training, a hobby like playing a guitar, it could be as simple as that. You are getting concentrated on this activity you're doing, and you forget about the daily problems, the war that is happening somewhere in the world. It's no longer preoccupying you because you're concentrated on something. It's the same about social connections. For example, if you go out with your friends on a hike, for example, yeah, you will be concentrated and profiting from the moment, and you won't be preoccupied with your daily problems. Yep.
And for me, I think like making social connection is the base you have to do to like change your mental health. You know, like uh, like um, the mental benefits the mental benefits of making social connection are numerous. Like having a strong relationship with someone is really handy when you're in time of need. Well, like I was saying, like having a strong relationship with someone is really handy when in time of need. Like your friends can help you through what you're going through, and like advise you on like the solution and maybe like get help. Like if it's a very dramatic way, like get a psychologist maybe, like, or you know, I think like having friends in time of need is the base to like change your mental health and switch from bad to good. I think like that's just it. That's just the best solution, you know.
I mean, yeah, but it kind of goes both ways because good social connection is can be very helpful, but having a bad social connection is very bad. And of course, I'm referring to toxic relationships that can be very harmful to your mental health. But this is a quite a big subject that we can buck for a long time, but sadly we're gonna end it here. So you guys just keep in mind you have to put yourself first and work on yourself to have a good mental health. Stay frosty. AYO podcast. Woohoo! Like and subscribe.
Follow the AYO podcast channel. AYO podcast.
Non, t'es pas là.